Hey YouTube, Red Eyes 115 here, bring you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And here to let you know, a new box was just announced for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And it should be coming out November 11th by the time I'm making this video. But anyway, let's head over to the Duel Links website and check it out. And in my personal opinion, so far this box is shut up and take my money box from Konami. But anyway, let's hop to the website and check that out. But anyway, here we are right now. Like I said before, the box is called Chaotic Soldier, and the cover art monster for the box is Blackluster Soldier Super Soldier. Now this is a crazy monster that we're getting right here, so let's hop over here and read its effect. If I can read this. Okay, as you can see, it is a level 8 monster. Yep. And basically, you can ritual summon this card with Super Soldier Ritual. If this card destroys an opponent monster by battle and send it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half. Now, this is nerfed from what the card actually says. It will do full damage in the TCG and most likely in Master Duel. But because Duel Links have less life points, it's doing reduced damage. But anyway, in the graveyard. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card is in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Gaia the Fierce Knight monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can special summon only Blackluster Soldier Super Soldier once per turn. So this card is really powerful, and plus if your opponent do get it off the board after, you know, having to play through the other Blackluster Soldier support that's been reprinted for this box, then you get a Gaia monster, which if you play this in Gaia, you're gonna be doing a lot of damage and have a whole bunch of interruption for your opponent. So anyway, let's keep moving on to the card that makes me really excited for this box, because Konami finally listened to me and added more of Red Eyes Black Dragon's extra deck. And sure, he got the usual nerf like most burn cards, but we finally get an Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. Now, if you go check out Watch video, shout out to him. He mentioned in this video that this card cannot be summoned with Red Eyes Fusion, but it can. It's just one technicality with that. And because in the legendary decks that came out a while back, he was packed in a starter deck for Joey that basically had Archfiend of Lightning in it. Now, you can use Red Eyes Fusion to summon him, but Archfiend of Lightning does not work for his fusion summon technically. Now, Archfiend of Lightning makes requirements when he's on the field by being a level 6 or higher Archfiend normal monster. But he's a Gemini monster who has an effect in your hand or deck. So Red Eyes Fusion will not count him as material for Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. But there are other monsters you can use to actually substitute in. Just like the original Black Skull Dragon, you can use Summon Skull. And I believe there's another monster that I was actually going to use for the deck once we got this card, which was going to be Beast something Tail. Let me look that up on the Duel Links meta real quick. Okay, it's this called Beast of Terror. Like, this is another card that we can use to actually go into Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, because you have to use a level 6 normal Archfiend monster, and luckily this card is treated as an Archfiend. And let's see, is there any other choices that I'm not thinking about? Yeah, so that's our only options, to either use this card, which I have like 46 copies for to Duel Links, and then Summon Skull. Those are our options right now in Duel Links to go into Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. But anyway, back to the site to read his effect. Now, you can only special summon Archfiend Black Skull Dragon once per turn. If this card battles your opponent's card and cards and effects cannot be activated until the end of the damage step. So you don't have to worry about any back row when this card is attacking, which is what Red Eyes needs more of, because Red Eyes is defenseless when it comes to back row. But if damage calculation is performed, meaning if there's any type of damage, even if there would be, say, your opponent's monster in defense and your attack, I believe that still counts, but not for sure. Don't quote me on that. But as long as you do any kind of damage to your opponent, this is where the burn damage come in. You can target one Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard, so the OG, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half, and suck the monster back into the deck. so you can recycle your OG Red Eyes back into the deck and deal your opponent 1,200 points of damage. Now, the one card that I know Konami's not going to give us because that will lead to an OTK, and I know I'm saying that we already got OTKs in Duel Links, but is Red Eyes Infernal Fire Blast. So basically what that card will allow us to do after we use Red Eyes Fusion to summon this thing becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon. You will deal 3,200 points of damage, or Duel Links will probably nerf it to where you only deal half the damage of Red Eyes Black Dragon's original attack. But you can ritual summon this card with any Necros ritual spell card. Must be ritual summoned without using Necros or Bionic, and cannot be spell summoned by other ways. You can only use each of these effects of Necros Bionic once per turn. You can discard add one Necros monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so he's searching. Nice. You can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck, summon them back into the deck. Oh yeah, this is powerful, and I'm definitely going to start playing Necron. Because I checked Duel Links last night, I basically have the stuff to make the deck. I just need to use support. And then we have this guy right here, Tatsu Noka. He takes 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner monster. Oh, I didn't realize it was a worm type monster. I was thinking sea serpent. But anyway, this card is synchro summoned. So when you synchro summon this card, if this synchro summon monster would be used as synchro material, my bad, it's a synchro tuner. But anyway, one monster in your hand can be used as the other material, unaffected by other monster effects. So the Shooting Star Dragon deck will probably use this to just pop off on their opponent. But let's see, we got Performer Power Odd-Eyes Unicorn. I think I used to run this in my Performer Power deck back in the day. But it's a level 1. It's Pendulum effect this once per turn when this card is Pendulum Sun. Oh, in your Pendulum Sun, when an Odd-Eyes monster you control declares an attack, you can target one other Performer Power monster you control. The attacker monster gains attack equal to its original attack until the end of the battle phase, even if this card leaves the field. So this is just a nice booster when it's in the Pendulum Stone, and plus it's a skill 8, so it's good somewhat, but you don't based on the Perform Power cards you got for booster, so we don't really need this all that much. But monster effect is when this card is normal or special summon, you can target one Perform Power monster in your graveyard, get life once. I would definitely use it for that effect more. And then go straight into Beast Eyes after I film some of this out. But yeah, we got some reprints in this box. The 2 Blackluster Soldier. Yeah, the Blackluster Soldier monsters, Dawn Knight and Beginning Knight. Did I get that right? Evening Starlight Knight. But anyway, you know what these do. Use them for a Blackluster Soldier ritual. Get the banishing, get the popping. That's what they're supposed to do. Then also we got Hunter Dragon here, basically the grown-up version of Baby Dragon. Once per turn, you can have this card gain levels equal to the number of cards you control. And if you do, it gains 100 attack for each level gain. These trances last until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster you control. Alright, that was thus summoned from the extra deck. The first time that face-up monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not destroyed. You can only use this effect of Hunter Dragon once per turn. So, this protection, that's pretty good. Oh, and this is another card that's going to be teched into my Red Ice deck right here. Dark Arm the Dragon of Annihilation. He takes 2 plus level 7. He can use 3 level 7s to actually go into him. To make sure you have more than 2 overlay units. His monster effect is once per turn. If you have exactly 5 dark monsters in your graveyard, you can also exceed some Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation by using 1 level 5 or higher Dark Dragon type monster you control as material. You can detach 1 material from this card. Then target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it, then banish 1 card from your graveyard. Also, this card cannot attack for the rest of this turn. Oh, wait. This will also be Crazy and Thunder Dragons as well. So, yeah, this is also an amazing XC for Thunder Dragons. Because you just banish your, say, Thunder Dragon Roar, and just some crazy plays would just start popping off. But let's keep going. Let's see. Oh, we got the boy, the Rescue Hamster here. He's a level 4, scale 5 Pendulum. You can banish this card from your Pendulum zone. Add 1 face-up Pendulum monster with the same name from your extra deck to your hand. You only use the effect of Rescue Hamster once per door. Okay. If this card was low summoned this turn, and you have a face-up level 5 or lower Pendulum monster card in your extra deck, you can tribute this card, choose 1 face-up level 5 or lower Pendulum monster in your extra deck, and special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that card, but have the effects negated. Now, the immediate thing, it has to be level 5 or lower. Now, if it was saying scale 5 or lower on the Pendulum scale, I had a crazy play with Odd Eyes in mind, but since it's not, it's still a good ability, but just my idea went out the window now. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also gain more Sylvan support, Sylvan support. So that's gonna be another deck I'm probably gonna be playing around with off camera just to learn. But this one right here says you can only activate each effect of Sylvan Princess Sprout once per turn. You can tribute this card, excavate the top cards of your deck, send it to the graveyard, then you can place 1 Sprout monster in your graveyard on top of your deck. If this card is excavated from the top and sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can declare a level from 1 to 8 to special summon this card from the graveyard, and if you do, it becomes that level. So if I play this in Light Swarm, there can be some shenanigans. And it's a light, so that's another target for Levy. Sorry, I'm thinking evil thoughts to miss for my friends. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. Reprints. Not sure if this guy's a reprint. But you can ritual summon this card with any Guessy ritual spell card once per turn. You can pay 1,000 life points to draw 1 card, and if you do reveal it, then if it was a Guessy monster, silver 1 card from the field or into the deck. Okay, so if you're playing Guessy, you basically get to bounce your opponent's card back into their deck. Pretty good. oh yeah, these probably gonna be the last two monsters I talk about here, because everything else in this box is not really interesting to me. Like, because don't get me wrong, Ignisters are a very powerful archetype. Well, Ignites are a powerful archetype, but we don't have the pendulums and we don't have the support to really, well, use them. But basically, what you're going to be doing if you choose to play the deck is pendulum summon them back out, because they are just going to constantly suicide your own board. So, right now, I'm sleeping on that archetype. But the archetype I'm not sleeping on is Chem Critters, because they are going to support the Gemini archetype like crazy, and we basically have another archetype to use Tanky with. But what the XC monsters do here is, when this card is XC summoned, you can target one Gemini monster in your graveyard, Arching Lightning, thus summon it. While this card is XC summoned, well, has XC material, monsters your opponent control cannot target Gemini monsters you control for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target Gemini monsters you control with card effects. When a Gemini monster is normal summoned, you can dictate the to your opponent's card and make your opponent send one card from their hand or field to the graveyard. So, yeah, this card is crazy for Gemini monsters, and I agree with Watts. There's gotta be a Gemini meta with this. So, hopefully we can come up with something, and I can't wait to like see this on the ladders. Hopefully. Oh, and this was the other monster I wanted to talk about. We will be getting the rest of the archetype, which are apparently like flip effect monsters, but I'm kind of sleeping on them. But the ritual monster here, which can be teched into Cyber Angels, I want to use it. But its effect is you can ritual summon this card using its ritual spell. Once per turn, during your turn, or during your end phase, you can spell summon one flip monster from your hand or graveyard. But yeah, also you can take this into Subterra, but in face down defense position. You can only use one of the following effects of this card once per turn, and only once per. Okay, I was about to keep it. During either player's turn, you can target one face down monster on the field, change it to face up attack position. During either player's turn, you can target one face up monster on the field, change it to face down defense. So this monster can block your opponent's plays by flipping it face down during their turn. It can get one of your Subterrors back into play. It's just a lot of things this card can do that will just give you the edge if you're playing like Subterrors. And it's just be a fun little tech to play in Cyber Angels, because the ritual spell can actually get this out, and also it can end up helping you protect it as well. But anyway, these are kind of all the cards I wanted to talk about in this new box. I will have the link to this website in the description, but by the time this video probably goes up, well, no, I'm going to upload it right after this, but after I get it edited. But anyway, I'll have the website in the description if you want to check out everything. Chaos Zone, a good troll card, and I would actually be running the Unfortunate Ladies. But anyway, I'm out, and I will see you in the next one. And I'm pretty sure my next video will probably be this DDD deck build that I've been resting on. That's not even complete, but it went on a 9-win streak. But I'm out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.